What's up? Welcome back to an exciting episode of Fandom Fights. I got a good one for you today. It's the semifinals of the Fall Series tournament. Very exciting stuff as we have a rematch for you today. We have the number 2 seed Wookiee Mistake, former teams champions, going up against the number 3 seed Manhattan Project. Last time these two teams faced off, it was in last year's Summer Teams tournament in the finals. Very nail-biter match. Wookiee Mistake did take that one, not allowing Manhattan to go on a challenge for the title. Since then, Wookiee Mistake has obviously become the champions. They've also knocked out their first 2 opponents in this tournament. So Wookiee Mistake on a tear right now, and Coho, and now we have confirmation that Scully, this is going to be their last ride. So that could lead to a carefree attitude. That could lead to some good things, or we could see Wookiee Mistake continue their dominance. But either way, it will be exciting as we get into the match. But let's see what the players have to say in the promos.
I'm glad we made it back to the semifinals. That was really fun. It's nice. This last run's been really fun, and I don't want it to end. But should this be the last run, it's fitting that we play Wookiee again. It's fitting that they're the team we face on the last one. So whether this is the last one or the stepping stone to us capping off a great run with maybe a title appearance, it's been fun. Marriage make it man, let's play.
Well, if this isn't an intimidating lineup right here.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's Manhattan. They're really good dudes, and their last run, I guess everything has to come to an end at some point.
Yeah. Whether this is their last one, their penultimate one, or who knows where they're going to go from here. But David, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The belts back?
Yes, I do.
Right, let's go.
Interesting promos. I'm curious. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen, as you should be too. But well, let's see what happens right now. We'll start with round number 1. Round number 1 is going to work like this. Each team is going to get 10. Each individual player is going to get 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. You'll have 15 seconds to write down your answer. At the end of 15 seconds, I will say pens down, at which point you will reveal your answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer is worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each team will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Teams, any questions as we get into round number 1?
Well, good.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Your first question comes in the category of James Bond. Your first question. What is the full name of Bond's love interest that he meets on Crab Key in Dr. No? I went to my medical professional recently, and he was like, Nick, you gotta stop eating junk food. And I was like, Doctor, no. 5, 4, 3.
That'd make me pretty crab key.
1. Aha, pens down. We'll go to Joe.
Honey Rider.
Coho.
Honey Rider.
David.
Honey Rider.
And Scully.
Her actress is like my dad's favorite scene of all time. Just kind of weird. Honey Rider.
Honey Rider is correct. Clean sweep. We get the second question, which comes in the category of scores and soundtracks. Who composed the score for The Rocketeer? Good little flick here. Wouldn't mind one of those like 30-year later sequels where he's just old now, and I guess someone else has to be the Rocketeer, but whatever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Coho.
Alan Silvestri.
David.
I said James Horner.
Scully.
Alan Silvestri.
And Joe.
James Horner.
I have the correct answer is James Horner. James Horner is the correct answer. So Joe and David will get to that point and take the 4-2 lead. As we get to the third question, which comes in the category of Marvel. Magneto uses his powers on a submarine in which film in the X-Men universe? StreamYard, it sounds like they're working. Have a great show. That's really catchy. I listen to it every time just to, test the speakers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to David.
First class.
Scully.
X-Men First Class.
Joe.
X-Men First Class.
And Koho.
X-Men First Class.
First class is correct. Wookiee leads 6-4. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Disney animation. Your question is, what type of animal is Toby in The Great Mouse Detective? Mice can't be detectives. I don't have mice in my apartment here, but I've been having bees recently. Random bees. It's so much worse than mice. I'd so much rather mice.
They're just trying to represent you legally.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Scully.
Dog.
Joe.
Dog.
Toho.
Dog.
And David.
Dog.
Dog is the correct answer. Wookiee keeps the lead 8-6. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Trek. Who signals to Chekhov to start the engines while the USS Franklin is in freefall in Star Trek Beyond? I don't know anything. Franklin is the name of a turtle from my youth. I don't remember much about him, but there was a show with a turtle named Franklin. I don't even remember if I liked him or not, but whatever. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Joe. Okay, cool. We'll start with Joe.
A line through Scotty and put Kirk.
And Koho.
Said Kirk.
David.
Said Sulu.
And Scully.
I also said Kirk.
Correct answer is Sulu.
Yes, David.
David will get that point.
At least I didn't line through a correct answer.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Chekhov. All right. So David, being the only one to remain perfect now, it is 9-6 as we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Pixar. What part of Kevin's body gets injured while helping Russell, Doug, and Carl escape months the first time in Up? Great flick. Love it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. It's Black Adam.
But did it change the hierarchy of the Pixar universe?
Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Koho.
To Black Adam, and I got unreasonably unhappy again. Leg.
David.
I still have to see Black Adam, so I don't know. Leg.
Okay, Scully.
Leg.
And Joe.
You got 4 legs.
Leg is correct. There's a very four-stick moment in Black Adam, but I won't spoil it for you. All right. So, Wookiee Mistake leads 11-8 as we get to the next question, which comes in the category of DreamWorks Animation. Your question is, who voices Proteus's fiancée Marina in Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas? You all know the Seven Seas. Cut, clarity, carrot, caring, celery, cornbread, and cake. 5.
I missed that whole thing. All I heard was celery and cornbread.
1. Pens down. We'll go to David.
Oh, shit. Catherine Zeta-Jones?
Scully.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Joe.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
And Koho.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is correct. Keeping pace as we move to the next question, which comes in the category of YA. Your question is, the main character has 2 children in which YA film? My back is hurting. I was talking about. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Scully.
Mockingjay Part 2.
Joe.
Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2.
Coho.
The Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2.
And David.
Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2.
Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 2 is the correct answer. Scores 15-12 as we move to the penultimate question, which comes, you know what? The penultimate question, which comes in the category of Star Wars. Who blows up the droid control ship in The Phantom Menace? Some would say that was out of respect. Others may call me a fool.
You can be both.
I'd err towards one side over the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Joe.
Anakin Skywalker.
Coho.
Anakin Skywalker.
David.
Anakin.
And Scully.
Now this is pod racing.
Yeah.
I stopped
Anakin.
myself.
Anakin is correct. So, with that, Wookiee Mistake has the lead 17 to Manhattan's 14. As we get to the final question, if Dave gets this question correct, it will be a perfect round. Your question comes in the category of Mission Impossible. The question is, in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, what does Ethan do to Agent Carter that gets Bridge Nath to call her at his party? Be kind, everyone. Don't be a jerk.
Where's the rewind part of the shirt?
Rewind? Why would you need that? If you're kind, you don't need to rewind anything. 5, 4. I don't know if that appropriately answered your question. 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Scully for drama.
Kisses her.
Joe.
That hits on her.
Coho.
He talks to her.
And David.
Kiss her.
Kisses her is the correct answer and the only one I will be accepting, which means David, with that, gets a perfect round. Wookiee is up 18-15, but David will get a chance to widen that lead with a bonus question. David, are you prepared for your bonus question?
Yeah.
All right, your question is, and you'll have a little bit of extra time. Name 4 people who hold the rank of captain, one from each of the following categories: Star Trek, Star Wars, Alien vs. Predator, and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
A little bit of texture.
Barbosa, Kirk, Captain Kennedy, and Dallas.
That is correct for the bonus point. I didn't even write all the answers down. I wrote too many to write, pause, and double check, but I do. That is a correct answer. So, David will get the bonus point there in the true perfect round. With that, Wookiee has widened their lead to 19 to Manhattan Project's 15, but anything can happen. As we get into round number 2, here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each team will get a spin at the wheel. If they like it to spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again, but they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. We got 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down the multiple choice, in which case it will only be worth 1. Be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. Your categories on the wheel today are scores and soundtracks, MCU, Disney Live Action, DC, Star Wars, Pixar, Middle-earth, and the Wizarding World. So, we'll bring in Britt. Wookiee Mistake, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
Usual plan?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll spin first, please.
Alrighty then. Wookiee Mistake, this will be your first spin. Lands on, what do you know? Star Wars.
Oh,
Brittany, as manager, what would you suggest?
I don't know. It can be tough sometimes, but I
Nice.
think you guys can maneuver it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We'll keep it.
Questions, great, lovely. All right. Wookiee Mistake, are
You
you
get
prepared for
10
your
points on
questions?
the board real quick.
Are you prepared for your questions in the category of Star Wars?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Your first question. The Cycloda Cluster and the Acades Maelstrom are mentioned in which Star Wars film?
Solo.
Solo, a Star Wars story. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Wedge Antilles in A New Hope and again in The Rise of Skywalker?
That's Dennis Leary, I think.
Dennis Lawson.
Yes. Sorry.
Dennis Lawson. Final answer.
That is correct.
That's
What
why we're
Dennis
at
Leary
team.
playing?
Because I couldn't remember
plus
the
team
first
right
name,
here, guys.
and David couldn't remember the second name.
All right, your third question. How many characters in total does Palpatine kill in Revenge of the Sith?
Okay.
Okay, so you've got the 4 Jedi that come to arrest. Oh no, yeah, the 4 Jedi that come to arrest him, including Windu. That's the only time he goes violent, and then he doesn't kill Yoda.
5, 4.
We can burn a repeat just to be sure.
Yeah, repeat the question.
Repeat the question,
Right,
please.
as Wookiee mistakes first. Repeat the question again.
I think
How
it's
many
just
characters in total does Palpatine kill in Revenge of the Sith?
I'm thinking about early stages, but I don't. Yeah.
No. He's in cuffs for the whole bit on the ship, so
Yeah, I think 4, right? It's 3 Jedi plus Windu.
4 final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
Overthinking is always our problem.
All right, your penultimate question. In The Last Jedi, what order does Kylo give when he initially sees Luke on Crate? Take a general answer.
I want every weapon we have to fire on that man. So
Fire upon him.
Yeah.
Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question. What is the last planetary setting in Attack of the Clones?
It's the wedding on Naboo.
yeah, right.
That's right. As the credits roll. So Naboo, final answer.
And that is correct for 2 more points and a clean sweep of Star Wars. So with that, Wookiee Mistake gets a score up to 29. Manhattan at 15 will bring back up the wheel. And co-host Gully, this will be your first spin. And it's on Disney live action.
You know what?
I mean,
Let's go crazy. I kind of want to spin again.
yeah, I think there's better stuff on there.
This
so-
is like the greatest wheel of all time, so I kind of want to spin again.
It's a pretty good one.
Why not? Let's just spin again.
All right.
One more time for me, Nick.
Your
I
second
wanna
spin,
see
you
it
will have to
spin.
keep it.
Just one last time.
And it's on Middle Earth.
All you.
You want to take a nap, buddy?
I'll take a nap. You get 10 points.
All right, Manhattan Project, are you prepared for your questions in the category of Middle Earth?
I am.
Scully is prepared, yes.
Great. Your first question. Which Middle Earth film features a character falling through a frozen body of water during a fight?
That would be The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points. Second question. Who tackles Frodo out of the way from being grabbed by a Nazgul's flying fell beast in Osgiliath in the Two Towers?
I believe it's
Yeah.
Sam. What?
Isn't it Faramir?
I think it's Sam.
Does Sam do it? I'm not going to get in your way. You take.
I'm going to go
shot.
Sam. Final answer.
That is correct for 2 points.
I
I'm
said
gonna
take a nap.
Your third question. Stephen Hunter plays which dwarf in Thorin's company in the Hobbit trilogy?
Oh, I hate these questions. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are: is it A. Beaufort, B. Nori, C. Dory, D. Bomber?
Options again, please.
Sure. Your options again are A. Beaufort, B. Nori, C. Dory, D. Bomber.
Nori.
Five.
Nori.
4.
Nori,
Nori.
final
He said
answer.
Nori. He said Nori.
Oh,
We need final answer. Nori is
Sorry.
Yeah,
incorrect.
that's why I was just.
Wookiee mistake. Chance for the 1 point steal. Your options again are A. Beaufort, B. Nori, C. Dory, D. Bomber.
It's Bomber.
Homeboy.
Bomber, final answer.
That is correct for a 1 point steal. Manhattan Project, your penultimate question. In 1978's The Lord of the Rings, Frodo stabs a goblin in Moria in what part of its body, causing it to back away from the door so it can be closed?
Shit. Hey, you've seen this one.
I have, and it's Nightmare Fuel. Is it the eye?
4.
Let's take a repeat. Repeat the
the
question.
All right, that is your first repeat. The question again. In 1978, The Lord of the Rings, Frodo stabs a goblin in Moria in what part of its body, causing it to back away from the door so it can be closed?
I think we should just go multiple choice.
Sure.
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options are: is it A, eye, B, foot, C, chest, D, hand?
If you're confident in the eye, let's go for it.
I'm not, but it's just it's there, so I guess I don't. Your
Alright.
call.
Eye, final answer.
That is incorrect. Wookiee mistake chance with a 1-point steal. Your options again are A, eye, B, foot, C, chest, D, hand.
It's the foot. I was going to write this for a Onsel match, but I never got around to it. So foot, final answer.
That is correct for a 1-point steal. All right, in Manhattan Project, your final question.
Yep.
What is the name of the object that Galadriel gives to Frodo as a parting gift from Lothlorien in the Fellowship of the Ring?
It's the Light of Arendelle, I believe.
Okay. Are you sure that's how you say it?
All right. The Light of Arendelle, final answer.
That is correct for 2 more points in the end of round number 2.
No chaos today, gents.
Wookiee mistake with the steals has gotten their score up to 31. Manhattan is up to 26. So, 5-point game here as we get into round number 3. Here's how round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. We have 5 more questions in the round of Fandom fights. Once the teams hear the category, they can select who will take it. The second player will have to take the second question. They can reset for questions 3 and 4, and teams can confer on the 5th final question. Once they hear the category, they can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points on the question. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated, or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
I zoned out very briefly for a second. Can you go over the score again?
It is 31 to 26 to 21.
Yeah, 5 points because we had a 4-point lead coming out of round 1, right?
It was 15 to 19, and they got 3 right for 2 points.
I just can't count tallies, so I have 31 to 21. Is that what everyone else has?
That sounds right.
Damn, I thought we were going to get away with it for a second.
I actually zoned out and didn't hear. I was like,
I can't. I don't. Yeah, my
apologies. 10-point game, 31 to 21. Your first category you can bet points on is Marvel. All right, we'll get bets starting with Wookiee mistake.
A 1.
And Manhattan Project.
2.
All right, here's the rub. David hits, game over. David misses, game on. Scully misses, game over. Scully hits while David misses, game on. You get it. Your question in Marvel. In Venom, what specific thing causes Eddie and Venom to separate for the first time after joining together? Crack a lot when I move now. Sucks. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
All right, that is Wookiee Mistake's second repeat. The question again. In Venom, what specific thing causes Eddie and Venom to separate for the first time after joining together? Hands up a little bit, David. Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Scully.
The great thing about this is I'm never going to watch either of those movies ever again. So I said Venom.
And David.
I said the fire alarm.
And your winners, Wookiee Mistake. Both answers are actually incorrect, but we were looking for a CAT scan, an MRI machine.
Right.
Correct answers, but with that, Wookiee Mistake does put away the match. And yeah, they continue their dominant performance. They did really great. And honestly, Manhattan played very well as well. There just wasn't much they could do. Like 15 points in round 1 is what people score when they win title matches. But the fact is, when your opponents are scoring 19 and then sweeping their second round category, there's just not a whole lot you can do. I think Coho and Scully played great, and we'll talk to them right now. Guys, bittersweet. As you said, you never have to watch Let There Be Carnage again because trash. But also, like, it's the end of an era. You guys have been pretty big staples around fan, and obviously you've already had like some pretty big goodbye speeches when your singles career, when you decided your singles careers were done. But yeah, this sort of ends Manhattan Project's time against a team that no one should be ashamed of losing to, especially when they're playing like that. When the person who's not the current singles champion is the one getting the perfect round, like this is a scary thing. So no shame in losing today, and honestly, no shame overall as a team. You guys have done great, and you've been great Fandom players and personalities to have around. So I'll open the floor to you. Say what you need to say.
I'll go first because he might cry.
I am actually a little bit.
First things first. What I was going to say in the promo before I cut out was there are two types of Fandom players. There's people who get up at noon to play a match because they're 6 hours ahead of others. There's people who get up at noon to play a match because they have work in 2 hours. Both were represented well today. But no, I've come to terms with it, honestly. I don't think right now it's kind of like Red Skull. You know, I guide others to a treasure that I cannot myself possess. That's kind of, I think, how it is going to be going forward. What?
You've possessed it before.
I know. Once. And like Red Skull, I lost it very quickly. Thanks to a man who looks like Captain America. Yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, I think this is a nice moment of reflection. I think Joe and David are probably, I think they're the best team in the league right now. I hope they go on and get their belts back if they end up winning the tournament, because they deserve it. They work their asses off every day. I run a league with those two. They write questions every day. So the shit that appears in this matches, we've already written in our league. So it's repetition and repetition and repetition. And it's all for them to get better. And they're the two best in the league right now, I think. But as for us, yeah, it was time. You know, I'm stressed out. I wasn't having fun anymore in matches. I had fun today. I cracked a few jokes, answered some questions, had a fun time. They scored 31 in 2 rounds. Ain't shit we can do about it. So, yeah, time to walk it back a little bit and just watch chaos unfold next season with all the new stuff that's going around that I'm not going to watch. So I'm excited about it.
Fair. Coho, take it away.
It's weird because like I woke up this morning and it set in that this might be the last time I step foot in the Fandom ring. And this is a game that has meant so much to me and will always mean so much to me. I guess you could say I'm the person who's been with it the longest, I guess, from idea to now. And it's weird. Being like, all right, I'm done with my baby. My baby is all grown up and going away and I don't have to be involved anymore. And it's kind of weird. But I loved every minute of this. And from Hangouts to StreamYard to me and Kane to me and Tim to you and Tim, every era of Fandom, I think it gets better and it's more fun. And I'm happy that I don't have to watch these movies anymore, but it's also bittersweet because it means I'm not with my thing anymore. Joe and David are incredible. And we'll talk after this, boys. But they're great, and they're going to win the belt, and they're gonna be champions again because they're that good. And when you see people who play like that, and then you look at your own pretty okay performances, you realize you're not hanging with them anymore. You're just showing up, and you're just inflating a 500 record that'll just continuously go up and down and up and down. So it was time to go. But this game's always going to mean everything to me. It's always going to be very special to me. The people that I met here are the most important people I've met. So I've loved every minute of playing with Scully. This has been my maybe favorite team I've ever been able to play on. Just because Scully and I just click it to the point where it's almost infamous. We don't talk in the betting round. We don't have to. We know what we have to do. We know what the other one's going to do and what they can do. So whenever he says jump, I say how high, I'll be back. But I'll ride your, like Brad Pitt says, I'll ride your coattails any day. Because the view is great from back here. But wow, yeah, sorry, it's setting in. Thank you, I guess. Thank you for letting me play, letting me run, letting me be the heel for 6 years. It's been great. So yeah, my
man.
fandom. That's
Well,
nice.
listen, you're not done. I think we'll see you around at the.
I'll be in Warzone.
No, I meant
I'll be
like
there.
just on screen and hosting chairs to the both of you. Open invitation.
Always.
And managing spots. And
Oh no,
whatnot.
we're gonna make everyone's life hell as managers. Like that.
Correct.
Oh yeah, Scully and I running Kings next season is gonna be nuts.
That's what I figured would happen. But regardless, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. The impact both of you have had on this game cannot be understated, and the impact you will continue to have, even if it's not in a playing capacity. I look forward to seeing that. So congratulations on a great career, a great run. And yeah, a little bit of a transition here, but we'll move to our winners today. Wookiee Mistake. Apologies for the length of the previous, but it was
Yeah.
necessary. Yeah, you got it. Guys, great job. As I said to them, you guys are on fire. We can announce right now because the match happened last week. David, you're already in a number one contender match for singles.
Yeah,
and like
that doesn't scare me at all.
The person who's not the singles champion got the perfect round today. Like that shows you that you got a pretty balanced team with very few weaknesses there. So you guys played fantastic. I think you were 1 or 2 off of a perfect game, something like that. Crazy stuff. You guys are.
I was one off. The last
was 2 off.
was
Oh, for the bonus, which I would have got. I would have got that bonus as well.
Crazy stuff. You guys are on fire. And you were 1 away from having a 3rd knockout in this tournament run, and it would have been against a team with a former champion on it. So the level you guys are playing at is insane right now. Anyone you're looking to play should be a little scared, but and we'll get to that. But how are you feeling about the match today?
I was feeling awesome, and then a little disappointed because I kind of wanted to have a perfect game, but I feel great because it's my first true perfect round, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. Last time I did that, I couldn't get the bonus, but this time, I feel like I should carry this momentum to the singles and continue on. I mean, yeah, I really feel like work is paying off. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we've kept our promise pretty short this tournament. We want bounce back. That's sort of what we're after. David played lights out. I was a little bit disappointed. Like I said, just hit one of those extra ones in round 1, and it's a 2-round game. Yeah. But that being said, I don't think a knockout against a team like Manhattan Project really sort of is the way they wanted to go out, and it's also not the way I think we wanted to see them go out. And I'm going to speak just very briefly. My singles record is, I think, 13-2 or something like that. But those 2 defeats were Caleb Coho and Thomas Scully. Right? They have been a mainstay of this division. They've been fantastic. And nothing against Coho, but when it's always time for me to play Scully, that's probably the most nervous I ever get for matches, is when I've had to come up against Thomas Scully. It's just, and he is right. We do right in this division and other divisions, and it does help. And weirdly, I think it's the 2nd time now that a question I've written for 1978's Middle Earth has been the undoing.
There's too many questions from that movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's only a few differences, and that was one of them. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll write that one. But yeah, they've been fantastic all the way through. The brief sort of part in that last season where Coho, we were part of the Kingsmen, we did feel very welcome, and it was a genuine pleasure to be there. And it's always been a genuine pleasure to be on stream and playing matches against either of them. And we have had it as Wookiee Mistake many times, and as singles players many times, and every time it's been a fantastic match.
Yeah.
I think my only regret is that I won't be able to play Scully in singles now, because I never felt like I was able to, like, play Scully one-on-one, and now that I kind of feel like he's going away.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, guys, fantastic match. As I said, you will be moving on to the finals. It's got to be like your third or fourth finals at this point. Third, yeah.
we have never lost one.
You won 2 of them, and then the only one you lost was last year, which could be the team you're playing. You'll be playing one of 2 teams in the finals. We'll see that match later today. It will either be the number 4 seed, a rematch against Guns and Ships, one time, or the number 8 seed, the rookie sensation team who upset your very manager here, Young Justice.
Oh.
So the winner of that match will be who you play in the finals. Obviously, Young Justice, new, untested, undefeated at this point. But Guns and Chips, one of the only teams to give you a loss in a tournament. So either way.
Yeah, that is intimidating. Like I said, if Young Justice can beat a team like Duel of the Fates, then they deserve to get, they deserve to go very far. But yeah, Guns and Ships always nervous. They beat us, we've beaten them. It's gone both ways. And yeah, Albert, played for the singles title very recently and has just looked phenomenal throughout. And then you have Caleb Boatman, who's one of the best all-round movie trivia players, probably the best movie trivia player that's played in this community. So that's intimidating.
So I don't know. We are going to study like we always do for any of them. So yes,
Scores and soundtracks paid off, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I imagine you'll have someone there in your corner again, helping you through.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully.
So yeah, guys, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you in the finals. Should be a fun time. Thank you to all of you for checking out this very exciting Fandom Fights match. Sure to check out all the other ones. Like I said, last semifinal match coming out later today. Disney live action exhibition match comes out tomorrow, and then we're into the tournament finals, contender matches, and eventually the final act. So we're really ramping up here. It's going to be a good time. Thank you to Wookiee. Thank you to Manhattan. Thank you to Scully. Thank you to Coho for everything once again. Thank you to Brittany for being here, and thank you to Tim for editing this one. And we'll catch you all next time on another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.